What is going on, nerds and nerdettes? It's your boy Stevie B. It has been a while. It's been a while. I know. I told you things were going to slow down. Amy's still on the mend from the hip replacement surgery and still out of work, so got to calm down a little bit. But I did manage to sneak in 4 books that I wanted to share with you today. Kind of got them in there on the... See, my credit cards were at 0 balance, and they sent me a notice saying they were going to cancel them if I didn't use them. So I told Amy, well, I'll just buy a couple comic books and so they remain active so they don't cancel my credit cards. Shh, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. But anyway, but what's been that? Man, I tell you what, I think I've only been gone like a couple weeks, and oh my gosh, what has happened in the news? Let's see. Local news, Sucky Duck quits YouTube, and no one cares. Bye, Felicia. I don't think he's really quitting. I think it's a dramatic pause to, so, he's into this. He's got this whole wrestling thing. This guy watches way too much WWE. Wants to be a bad guy YouTuber, and that's why he said all those crappy things about other YouTubers and stuff. And then Comic Tom came on his show and kind of dick whipped him a little bit and shut him up for a while and showed him a little humility. But he keeps saying he keeps getting all this hate and he's just done. I'm like, you keep getting hate because you keep spewing hate. That's why I said he doesn't like being a member of this community. And I'm like, dude, you really weren't never a member of the community. So, but bye, Felicia. Good to know you. What else? Hasbro announced that they were going to stop making toys, action figures, and kind of cling on to the intellectual property. In other words, the rights to the characters and the products that they make. So they're going to, I guess, break it off and sell off the rights to make money from the toys to smaller groups around the country. So you can expect a price hike on your G.I. Joes and your Transformers probably in the future. Also, the whole thing, I want to address this because I have promoted this product in the past and I'll continue to do so. Comic capsules, they've been kind of big in our little circle of world here in the comic book world. Apparently, I got one right here that I'm fixing to use. 2 empty holes on the wall I need to fill. But apparently, the backside of these is developing a film on it over time, and I don't think there's any evidence that it's affecting the books whatsoever. But I always put my books in a bag and a board before I put them in here anyway. But to their credit, that full transparency, they've acknowledged the problem that they didn't know existed, and they are looking for resolutions to the problem. If you bought, I don't know if you follow them, but if you bought comic capsules in the past, if you contact them, they will send you free PPO bags to put your comics in. So if you do buy these, make sure you at least put them in your comics in bags. Like I said, I don't think there's any evidence that they have harmed any of the comic books that have been in them. Mine haven't been harmed. I know Sucky Duck did some kind of video on them about, I guess, I heard about them leaving marks on your wall or something when you take them down. There's no marks on my walls, so maybe his walls are just disgusting. I don't know, but I haven't noticed any markings on my walls or anything. So I'm not going to throw them under the bus. I'm not going to, because they're doing the right thing. They're being very transparent about it, and they're letting people know, hey, this is an issue, and we're working on it. Apparently, it's called bleaching, and all plastic does that, I guess, but it doesn't do it on the front, and Gator Guards don't do it, and CGC cases don't do it. So the whole thing about all plastic does it, I don't think is correct. And if my question though it would be is if it only does it on the back part and not on the front part, because they're two different plastics that make this up. Why not make the back part out of the same stuff you make the front part out of? Because it's a little cloudy on the back, which I don't care because I don't display the back of my comics. But I'd asked about the cloudiness on the back, and they informed me, well, it's two different plastics. And I'm thinking, well, and I guess that's in order to make this pliable so it bends, you have to use it's probably like a low density polyethylene, where the front is a high density. That makes it a little more pliable. Maybe it's polypropylene on the back. I know a little bit about plastic. I was in plastics for about 15 years. But they have, I guess last I heard, they have found some solutions that are working really well. So that's good on them. Like I said, I've talked about I've been pretty transparent about them. These are basically top loaders. They're just glorified top holders with a cap on them, but they got something you can hang on your wall, which I like, and top loaders don't like. That's why I buy them. I mean, not near as good as Gator Guard. I mean, I will always love Gator Guard, but here's my complaint with Gator Guard. And Victor, I know you watch my videos sometimes, and I love you, man, and I love the product, but not everybody can afford 110. They've gone up, I think, but $110 a pop to order 4 of them. You know, sometimes you want to just order 1 or 2, and that's all you can afford. And I'm one of those guys. I can't afford $100 for 4 to order 4 of those at a time. So I haven't been buying them. And these are a cheaper alternative, and they do what I need them to do. They don't look as good, they don't protect as good, and they're not as good of a product as Gator Guard. It's just the affordability. And I guess Victor had told me there was a problem with shipping, and they were getting cracked or broken in shipping when they tried to ship singles or doubles. So they shipped 4 because somehow that makes it safer for shipping to where they don't break as easily. I don't know. Personally, Victor, my friend, like I said, love you, but I would put a little more focus on how to ship singles and doubles without breaking them, rather than, make everybody buy more than they need or can afford at the time. But that is why I haven't been buying them. Not because I don't love the product, because I do love the product. But like I said, $100 a pop is a big shot in the shorts, and I can't afford to do that very often. But so these are a cheaper alternative for me. As I said, not near as good, not near the quality. If I had my way, I would have nothing but Gator Guards on there if they were a little more cost effective for me. But I just can't afford that $100 a pop. Also, if it would be nice if they had some kind of, hanging device on the back of them, some way to hang them built in. But anyway, I digress. Enough with the Gator Guards. I know I only got $4, so I'm kind of rattling on and talking about the news because I missed you guys. I haven't been able to talk to anybody. I haven't been able to say anything about comic books in God, 2 weeks or more. Saw the Fantastic Four trailer. I saw their nerdgasm moment with Galactus and everything. I just can't get amped for Fantastic Four. I just can't. I'm not pumped for it. The Galactus, teaser didn't make it any better for me. I still just don't really care. Will I watch it when it comes out? Of course I'll watch it, and I hope I'm wrong, but just every part of me in my being says this movie is just destined to suck. I will give him an A+ for comic book accuracy. Boy, he went all in for comic book accuracy. Get some tea. But he did. I mean, it's got a 50s vibe to it. It's the trailer. I mean, it almost like they pulled Kirby right off the page and designed everything from that time period in that style. And I give him an A for that. But you just can't make stretchy powers cool. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You can't. But any rate, let's see what else is going on. A lot of political stuff that I'm not going to even bother to get into. Stupid is stupid, and you can't convince anybody otherwise. So a lot of people blowing up social media because they don't understand a lot of things of what things mean, so they just jump to conclusions and they're blowing up social media, and I'm just over it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, give it a year or two and see what happens, and we'll see. But that being said, I had to get something to get these on my wall because I need these on my wall. I think I showed those in a previous video. First Power Man and that John Romita cover. I love it. But I didn't have nothing to hang them on the wall with. Anyway, let's get into the comic book. You know what? I started this video and then I realized two things. One, I had my shirt on inside out. I fixed it since then. And two, I am going through storage on this phone like crazy, and so I had to go in and delete a bunch of stuff. Man, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to offload a bunch of pictures and shit off my phone, and to clear it up and put them on my laptop to save them, the ones I want to save. But man almighty, just a lot of space being used. If you have any I've already gone in and I've already deleted duplicate files, deleted old photos that I don't use, and deleted apps that I don't use anymore, and what was the big one? Oh, and I emptied the trash in my trash file. That was a big one. But if you have any other things, is there some like hidden files that I don't know about? Because I'm still using 55% of my memory, then that just doesn't sound right. So I've got my intros saved on my phone. That takes up quite a bit of space, but I need to cut it down. I'm thinking about picking my 3 intros and just storing the other ones somewhere, and then if I need them again, pull them out. But I don't know. It's been 15 minutes and I haven't shown a single book. I'm stalling, I know. But let me know in the comments if you have any tips or tricks to free storage. Otherwise, I may be thinking about getting a Samsung 25 Plus, Galaxy 25 Plus. It's got 1 terabyte option. Maybe that's what I need to do. Get one of them. But anyway, I think offloading a bunch of my photos onto a thumb drive or into my laptop probably be a good option. Anyway, let's get into the books. You probably already know what they are, but I'm going to show them to you anyway. First up, we got Batman 609, first cameo of Hush, foil facsimile, the Jim Lee cover. I think it's Jim Lee, right? Yeah. My brain just went blank for a minute. Part of the Hush storyline. I don't know if are they planning on doing the whole Hush storyline in foil facsimiles? Because I might go in for that. I don't know. That might be cool to put together that collection too. But speaking of putting together the collection, Crisis on Infinite Earths number 10, foil facsimile. 2 more left and I can put that one to bed. And this is the Death of Starman. Next up, Fantastic Four number 1, full facsimile. First Fantastic Four, first Mole Man, first Giganto. That was the caveat to my not buying comics. Is she's going to let me finish my full facsimiles because she knows I love them and I don't want to miss out on them because I got FOMO. They're probably not going up in value. I haven't checked on them, but I don't think they've increased in value. They've probably even decreased in value, but I don't give a shit. And next up, Brave and the Bold. Just Justice League of America. Number, I can't read it because it's foil, 29. There you go. First appearance of Zotar, the Weapons Master. And the second appearance of the Justice League. Foil facsimile. I know a couple of you commented and said you'd love to see a video of me going through all my foils and showing my full facsimile collection. And I will, I have a full short box full of them. It's going to be a long video, and some of it's incomplete. I kind of like to wait until I get all my Crisis on Infinite Earths done, and then we'll just go through the whole thing. I got my Secret Wars done. I'm stoked about that. Oh, dang it, boy, it sure seems like there was something else that I wanted to talk about, and I got in here and turned the camera on, and now I can't remember, but it seems like it was something important. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate that? Oh, gosh, I've been waiting for this for the last 3 videos, and I keep forgetting to mention it. Y'all heard me talk about Darkchild for past couple of years, how much I really, really loved Darkchild from the 90s, and how, it was optioned for a movie, and John Carpenter was set to direct. There was a trailer, and apparently they took too many liberties with the character, and he pulled out. Randy Queen pulled out. And the rights to the movie rights reverted back to him. The movie was never made. Darkchild is Randy Queen's baby. Okay, he's clearly not going to he's not going to compromise his character for movie rights or for anything else. Part of me is going, maybe not the best idea. John Carpenter, maybe give him a little leeway and take that money and then continue with your Darkchild. But I mean, I get it. I've never had a creation that I was that proud of, so I mean, I wouldn't understand maybe, but I'm just like, whew. And I've messaged him a couple times on Instagram, and he teased me about a couple years ago about, oh, I've got new Darkchild comic in the works and blah blah blah. Well, ta-da! He announced it about a month ago, and I'm so far behind. A new Darkchild comic is coming out. Apparently, there's going to be a art section in it with gather yourself, Steve. Gather yourself. Never before seen artwork. Stuff like that. Lots of extra goodies in it. It's going to be a pretty thick book. I'm not sure yet. He hasn't answered questions. I don't know if it's going to be a Kickstarter kind of thing, which if it is, I'm all in on it. But if you haven't picked up the first appearance of Darkchild, which is I was unprepared again. This is why I didn't do it before. Oh, could it be that easy? No. I'll put it up here. I was going to show the book, but I'll put it up here. It's this book here. If you haven't got the first appearance of Darkchild yet, it's a dollar bin book, okay? Right now, you can get it on eBay for $1 or $2. It's not something that I would say, oh God, it's fixing to blow up. It's fixing to blow up. What I'm saying is that with Dynamite buying up a lot of these properties and stuff like that, Dynamite loves the female, comic book characters. There's a possibility you might see another ongoing Darkchild, and with Amazon Prime and Hulu and HBO Max and Paramount Plus, all looking, mostly Paramount Plus, and Amazon. They're all looking for the scraps for the comic book properties, and that would be a good one. That would be a good one. I'd love to see a Darkchild series because you could do it so easily. Because the whole premise of it is that she transforms into the monsters from her nightmares. I mean, you could have a different monster. Maybe it's too expensive to do, but I don't know. But it'd be a great series. I would watch it for sure. So strike while the iron's hot. It's a $2 investment, maybe. First appearance of Darkchild. Wouldn't hurt, right? There's some things that that are it's a penny stock. What are you out? You could be you're either out a penny or boom, there you go. It blows up and it's great investment. But I would highly recommend it. I recommend reading some Darkchild. It is so good. And back in the 90s, there was a point where Darkchild was outselling Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. It was outselling all the marquee comics. And that's how good it was. So it's worth checking out. At any rate, it was good to do this again. I missed you guys. I do have a couple more comics coming. Probably won't be here till next weekend. So, but I did order a couple more comics, so I may have another haul. If we have any more news or anything, I might get on there. I might do my foil facsimile tour. their little show and tell. But right now, I'm gonna heat me up some chicken wings and put my 2 wall books on the wall, and then probably go back to bed and take another nap until I gotta go to work tonight. But anyway, before you guys go, if you wouldn't mind, like, subscribe, comment, share, do all those YouTube things we love for you to do. And that's going to do it for this one. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.